This is the BBC outside broadcast unit. We have here a serious band of listeners, and we want to examine the same. We want to exchange views on the philosophy of life, don't we? Now then, what is the fruit of your meditation today? Because you've been ruminating all day long, but as we've been busy moving from A to B and getting nowhere. Anything to share? You're too busy. You make life far too complicated. Yeah, well, I agree. Only how do we sort it out? I mean, is there any way we can slow down? You know, there was a song once in the 60s, Simon and Garfunkel. Slow down, you're moving too fast. You make the morning last. Now, how do we do that? Well, simple. Do less and do well what you're doing. Well, that's a good philosophy. You know, I came across that years ago. It's called, in Latin, age quod agis. Well, it's simple. Do what you're doing. That is, drive, push what you're doing, and don't do anything else. Can you? Well, exactly. We try to do lots of things in one moment, don't you? But only if we knew how to do calmly just one thing at a time, as you do. Wouldn't it be simpler? Human beings always get things complicated. Yes, well, it hit me actually that there's also another issue. You know what it is? Well, it's this. What happens when it's all over? Because we always rush through life, and we somehow now manage to get into the tomb out of breath, asking where all that went so quickly. Whereas you kind of calmly go on and do well what you're meant to do and just drop into the beyond. Now that's the question, the beyond. What's that supposed to mean? But exactly, what's that supposed to mean? Because I think that's the fundamental difference between our existence and yours. What do you mean? Well, it's this. There is no beyond if there's no soul. And it's only human beings who have souls. So we have far more of a risk than you do, because you can't get it wrong, whereas we can get it awfully wrong forevermore and evermore. Now, isn't that a big deal? Yes, I suppose it is. Well, of course it is. It's the one big issue. Now, years ago, I used to work with you, you know. Yes, when I was a novice at La Trappe, we had to bring you in from the fields, and we got to know you a bit. You were all different from each other. Yes, and we had to wipe the consequences of what you got up to, yes, in the milking parlour, even on a Sunday, actually. Yes, but anyway, we used to be living next to all kinds of Cistercians like yourself, the same habit, black and white, with everything in herds like yourself, all together, sleeping together, eating together, praying together, reading together, and of course working together, and eventually dying one after the other. And that's the point. No coffin. We used to watch until they died, and then after they died, and then into the ground with no coffin. Indeed. And then they'd open their big, big eyes into what? I don't know, I haven't been there. Well, it's the horizon that we cannot see, and you will never see, but we will, and all that entails. Now, if you're good, I'll share what I wrote when I was thinking about all this. One of our brothers was about to die and breathe his last. He was actually breathing slowly until his last breath took him into the great unknown. At midnight, in the infirmary, keeping watch at the bedside of a dying brother. The silence of the night is doubly great. The world sleeps on, 'neath blankets of deep sin. The cloister snores, the brethren dreaming wait. the call to prayer. No sound doth stir thy din, O buzz of peace, save this, the rhythmic breath of dying lungs, and this, the rhythmic beat of living time. I am alone with death. Thou too, cher frère, alone, the alone to meet. How many ticks, how many breaths rest thee? Thou knowest only that one tick, one gasp shall be thine own. Dimmed eyes, what shall he see when in one twinkling vistas new he grasp? For death we're born. Good Lord, why more hold back? Grant, two-med sisters, grant this blissful rack. Was wanting to be a recluse, like the sisters of old. But you've learnt the secret of enclosure within your habit. Silence, perpetual silence, in which no one knows your thoughts in this world or next. Bye-bye, brethren. Thanks for listening. And thanks for teaching us how to be together without a crossword. Just happy to be close to each other until one after the other we go into the beyond. Night, night. Night, night. Ave, Ave, Ave Maria. Ave, Ave, Ave Maria. God bless you and keep it little bit. Bye-bye.